Hi, I'm Mike Cherniffsky, and you're listening to this podcast is Uncalled For. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another bonus edition of the podcast. Today's our New Year's um, edition. A lot of stuff has happened in the past week since we did our Christmas special. Did I get one for Christmas? No, of course not. And that will be addressed with our special February 14 episode. Woo, go Battlehawks. First thing I wanted to talk about, because it is fairly relevant to what's coming up on the podcast. We yeah, um, we talked about we will be talking about the XFL USFL merger uh, with Jared, and yeah, this is the end result. The United Football League. So we had 8 teams, about half and half XFL, USFL. I say about because one of the teams that will be participating. So we got, see my pointer right there. We have San Antonio Brahmas. We got my St. Louis Battlehawks. Kaka's the law. Got the DC Defenders. You got the Arlington Renegades. Birmingham Stallions, USFL. We got the Memphis Showboats. The Houston Roughnecks. Houston actually wound up with a merged team. So it's the Houston Gamblers USFL roster, but it's the Roughnecks XFL branding. So they are, so it is now one single team in Houston and the Michigan Panthers. So pretty much exactly the teams we were expecting this whole time. You can check this out for yourselves. Like, hey, ticket information, but they're only selling season tickets at this point. So uh, I'll keep an eye out for non-season. I'll keep an eye out for single game tickets and whatnot. Oh, let's also, while I'm on this subject, we had UFL President Russ Brandon talk expansion schedule. They have not released a schedule yet, so they did. I props to you guys. St. Louis, the key UFL team. We sold out every week because we were averaging 30 to 35,000 fans in St. Louis every week. And I felt this is a consequence of you screwing us out of a team. Okay. Gotta put that energy somewhere. When does the UFL schedule come out? Anticipating middle of the month. So probably mid January, we should see something. And then expansion, because I have heard consistently during all this that they're talking about expansion as a criteria before this would even be approved. Um, So regarding expansion, Brandon says we're going to continue to look at it, and all the decisions were difficult, no question, from that standpoint. But we're looking at long term. We're looking at expansion opportunities. I'm certain that that will be a part of the equation moving forward. Considering that as a result of the merger, um, they both leagues pretty much lost half of their teams. So discounting Houston on altogether, um, XFL lost Seattle, which makes sense geographically, unfortunately. Um, Trogdor fans save the hate. All right. And they lost Orlando and Vegas, which uh, frankly, kind of proved the points that promotion and relegation would be a good thing because they were terrible and probably deserved to be relegated, not out of existence, but relegated. And then on the USFL side, it's a little more straightforward. The teams they lost were the Breakers, uh, Pittsburgh, Philly, and thank God the Generals. All because they did not have permanent stadiums to play in. That's because the USFL had been doing this hub model thing where you had teams and not necessarily representing the cities they are playing in, sharing a stadium together. And all four of those teams they were in a situation that they were sharing stadiums with another team. In case of two teams, they were sharing a stadium in Canton, Ohio, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, which is all good, all good and all, but um, neither team was branded as a Canton team or even a Cleveland team. The closest USFL city would have been Pittsburgh, which is a good 3 or 4 hours away. So, yeah. On to other news. We now have a Reddit page. So we are reddit.com. The subreddit is called Uncalled For Podcasts. On here, you'll find some of the posts. So I posted lists for all 6 of our seasons so far. Just click on one, and we have links to every single episode in that season. So this is the first season, for example. So you can just go and click and they're bunched together right here under the collection podcast seasons. So we got season 1, season 2, season 3, and so forth up to season 6. And when season 7 does release, we'll have one for season 7 as well. Speaking of which, yeah, we're still way off on our goal. But yeah, just keep up, and this is a great way to help us keep up. And I remember our goal is 20K. And I think just the other day I posted we're at 19,050. Uh, we've since gained a few more, but still not quite enough. Uh, but I do want to correct something that will be said in the season 7 premiere, and that is having the idea of having 2 new co-hosts. We only have one, and that's Jared. The other Yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't make the schedule work, so he will not be participating. And no, that's fine. No harm, no foul. But we will be looking for a new co-host here. We'll post that. Probably most likely post it in the Facebook and some Facebook groups as well. Although I really do like Reddit, and as you see, we have links to the podcast page on Libsyn, on Facebook, our Cafe Press shop, and my personal Cameo. And oh, this is going to be important to start uh, buying stuff, whether it's t-shirts or personalized videos, because the call for entries for the 2024 Kansas City Fringe Festival are now up. I have not submitted yet, but I will in the next couple of days. The dates for the Fringe performances are July 18 through 28, and then you submit no later than February, end of February, and the payment is not due until March, and that's a good thing. And let me show you why we need to start fundraising. So yeah, applications close on February 28th, and then March 10 is when the check is due. All right. And so scroll down. This is the actual form. And I will be filling this stuff out at a later time. Here's where the fundraising needs to come in. So we're going to try. They took away our cheapest option, unfortunately. So we're stuck with standard venue, 55 to 99 seats, $400. You'll pay you'll pay fee after acceptance. Okay. Okay, so that's good. But the fundraising starts now. And those are two great ways to fundraise for us is to buy those Cameo videos and buy our merch. All right. So we'll stop share for the moment and tell you how my holidays went, at least in part. Uh, the part I want to talk about is spending time with my nieces and nephew. So those of you who are regular listeners to the podcast, you know I'm the uncle of three, and don't get to see them as much as I'd like because I'm here in Kansas City, and they're down in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Okay. So once in a while they'll come up here and get to spend time with them, and I'm happy to say they have all uh, been growing. And so I'll start with Penny, the oldest, who is now 11. Uh, she is now in middle school. Just amazing, amazing. But then again, not surprising because theirs is a school district that goes sixth through eighth for middle school, so similar to Blue Springs. And she's studying El Espanol and made clear to me she wants to also study Italian because apparently she's planning a school or class trip or something, a big group thing to Italy in just a couple of years. And so good for her, learning um, some useful languages. So, although the old Simpsons joke is that Spanish and Italian are the same language. Um, Sounds like she's also reaching the age where she's starting to notice boys. Okay, all right, that's yeah, that's just part of growing up. No, I can offer some Uncle Lee advice, but I think that that sort of thing would be better saved for her parents. All right. And last time she informed me that she is a Swiftie and that she prefers Taylor's country music over the pop. And I told her that my coworker had been neighbors with Travis, and she said, uh, "Well, tell her that I love her and everything." So, uh, well, unfortunately, Penny, I don't personally know either Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce, so I that's a little hard to do. But uh, I'll just I'll just put it out there. Taylor, my 11-year-old niece, loves your work. Just keep up the good work and all that. Anyway, that's enough about Penny. Let's talk about Grayson a little bit. Uh, gr- Glad to see that kid growing up. Everything. He's 8 right now. My only nephew. He's Yeah, he's doing well in school. He's really loving baseball. Sounds like he's playing. He really enjoys playing first and second base. Still has a little ways to go. He still can't name a many major leagues. He could probably name one or two, but uh, need to work on need to work on that a little bit, especially if what you want to do is to be a baseball player or manager. It's pretty good idea to know who the best of the bests are. And when they were up here, we went to a tabletop, and he had purchased a Kansas City Royals themed card game. So I guess that's a step in the right direction. All right. So, so just in brief, that's Grace. And then little Heidi, 5 years old, um, just a very playful young lady. Um, Insists on playing the cootie catcher game when we during lunch when when they came up, and just really full of energy and glad she's yeah, growing up, and hopefully Penny and Grayson are setting good examples for her. So, so yeah, in brief, our that's time with the kiddos, and a little bit. One thing I did get over um, Christmas. Um, it's a little foreshadowing for the February 14th episode. One of our guests actually recommended this book for me. Is called The Five Love Languages: The Secret to Love That Lasts by Gary Chapman. I have not had a chance to read this yet, but just looking at the table contents, we have love language number 1, words of affirmation. Number 2, quality time. Number 3, receiving gifts. Number 4, acts of service. And number 5, physical touch. All right, so I will make a point in the next couple days to start reading this. And if you are on Facebook, particularly if you're in local actors groups, I'm going to post once again. Hey, I need some co-host help, particularly if we're doing Fringe Festival. I can't do that alone again. Ugh. Yeah, I think it's going to wrap it up this time. Let's get those downloads going. Even this would count. We'll still keep doing those trailers. In the meantime, we have well over 100 episodes at this point that you can download and listen to. So please do so. And all that out of the way, we will talk to you next time.
If you are in the United States or Canada, you can call us at 816-832-5160. Leave your message or question for us, and if we like it, we will play it on the podcast. Please support the podcast and purchase our exclusive Uncalled For merchandise. T-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and so much more. Go to www.cafepress.com/uncalledforpod. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time.